everybody, welcome back to my channel. I'm Magical Jill, or Sailor Moon. You can call me either.
And I'm, me, the husband.
Aren't you Tuxedo Husband?
Kind of. I'm basically like Tuxedo Mask, where I show up, I do something to add support, then I hype man it, and then I leave.
Thank you.
Yeah.
So, as always, I have my version B of my Glitter and Glamours figure. Today we have Sailor Jupiter. I'm really excited. So far we have opened up Sailor Moon. This is Super Sailor Jupiter, which is really awesome. My husband has a lot to say about her.
I adore Mako. This character is everything. I love her.
I know, she's so cute. One of the things on the box says, where did it go? It said, it's either toughly or roughly, because it's hidden behind her skirt. I hate when they put words behind people's, like, body, because then I can't read it.
Yeah, on YouTube, you get mad at thumbnails.
I get really mad.
Behind the person.
Because I can't read it. Like, I have problems.
I think your mind is supposed to fill the blanks in.
Mine doesn't.
Okay.
So it's either roughly or toughly feminine features, she says. This is a female figure made with high quality details such as something something wrinkled clothing and something something flowing hair. I don't know because I put her leg in front of the words.
Well, I love Mako. Sailor Jupiter's amazing. I love how she is the sailor of physical strength and lightning.
Yeah, lightning is so cool. I love her lightning power so much.
I love that when she's first introduced, we see her standing up to bullies who are going after Usagi.
So this is supposed to be Pretty Guardian Sailor Moon Eternal the movie, Glitter and Glamours Super Sailor Jupiter. So this is for Sailor Moon Eternal the movie. So let's get right into opening it up because I'm sure my husband is getting very, very excited. This is his favorite sailor.
Well, I don't know. It's like tied with Sailor Moon.
You really love Sailor Jupiter, though.
That's true, but then I also really love all of them.
That's true. It's hard to pick favorites when they're all so cute.
Luna is in the front of the shot, and I think it might be focusing on her.
Luna! She didn't like that. Luna, are you interested? Why'd you kick her?
I didn't. I just bumped her butt. So I had a question for you. You said that this was version B, and that version, to my understanding, matches more, that we have a picture behind you, but more of that kind of old manga and Sailor Moon crystal colors, right?
Yeah, definitely. And there's also version A, which matches more of the 90s colors. The biggest reason I wanted version B is because the Sailor Moon Eternal figure for the version B matches how she's supposed to look more in the manga, where she has like a pinker skirt and stuff. Whereas the 90s one, she has more of a red skirt, and my favorite color is pink. So it's pretty obvious why I wanted version B, and then I wanted all of them to match. So
maybe we could show a JPEG or whatever of the difference between them, because when I was first looking at them, I got very confused, and you had to explain to me what it was, because they were in all the same poses.
Basically, B is more pastel.
But
That's
then,
pretty much the easiest way to say it.
But then some of the Poskettes are in different poses completely for A and B.
That's
which
true.
I thought was weird.
I think that's very interesting, though, because then it makes it like more collectible, too. That you could have multiples of them. But I did want to mention, I really love this figure. I think she looks awesome. She has a big, beautiful pink bow in the back. Beautiful pink bow on the front. She definitely looks like how she's supposed to look in the manga and in Crystal, with her slightly pinkish brown hair. Her hair has always been more of a strawberry brunette, actually, rather than like a full-on brown, but the 90s anime wanted everybody to look mostly normal, so they gave her brown hair.
Yeah, didn't they want the 90s anime to appeal widely to
Americans?
Worldwide. Yeah.
Yeah. Something that I really don't like about this figure is this block. It is really ugly. It looks horrible. I am really not a fan of this, and it covers up her shoe entirely, but she is literally not able to stand without the block.
Remember, that's the same thing with that Sailor Moon one we opened before, except that one was bright red and very noticeable.
No, that one was a bright yellow block on her bright red boot, which made it it made it worse.
It looked like McDonald's.
Yeah, it was really bad. This one is a bright white block. I'm glad at least they didn't make it green, so she didn't look like she had a Transformers foot or anything, right? But it makes me sad because I know this isn't Kotobakaya, but Kotobakaya does such an amazing job with figures of putting them on a stand where they don't have anything distracting on them and they just looks like the figure and they're in a beautiful pose.
Something I like too is Ban Presto. They do a lot of Dragon Ball figures. I'm sure you can show one in the here. But...
This is Ban Presto.
Oh, this is Ban Presto? So that's weird to me.
Yeah, this is Bandai Namco Band Presto.
So Band Presto does glitter and glamours. They also do a lot of different Dragon Ball figures, especially of Goku, that have non-distracting stands. So you'll see it when you look it up, but they're usually an oval black stand. They're about this thick, very thin, and they just go on the ground, and then 2 pegs go into it.
That's what I prefer. I'm very shocked and very saddened by the fact that these are very high quality, beautiful figures, and they didn't do that, especially when they're the same brand that did those Dragon Ball figures.
And they did
really
those
weird.
years ago. That was when I was in college back in 2014 that they were doing that style.
Yeah, that's a little crazy because now it's 2023, and you'd think that they...
And now your husband's old.
Now my husband's old, and you'd think that they would do the oval thing, or like maybe have them all have like a cute little moon or something to stand on. But no, we get weird blocks on their feet, which is very sad. I have seen some people, though, online. Here's a little life hack for you. Some people use, like, sticky tack or, like, other stuff like that. This mostly works if you don't have horrible cats that jump on things like I do, where they put it on the bottom of their feet and then they stick it to their shelf sort of thing so the figure doesn't fall over. Obviously, you A, have to be okay with sticking something to your shelf, and B, hope that you don't have an animal that's going to knock said thing over.
And hope that you can get it off later if you need to, if you need to move or anything. Because now if you get buildup of crap on the feet, it's going to be harder next time.
That's true. However, I thought it was a very interesting and good idea that I wanted to think about trying out, but I'm not sure just because I really don't like the blocks.
I'm pretty sure what we can do, though, is get custom stands. I've seen NECA make stands that kind of work for anything. I've seen those Figuarts stands. They have replacement, better quality stands where they have an arm that moves.
Actually, the Figuarts stand might actually work on this.
So I think there's going to be options, but I don't think you should have to do that. It reminds me of the Eagle Moss Star Trek ships that I would buy, not to be off topic, but some of them had terrible stands. So there were people, an entire mini industry on eBay has started of people making custom stands for high quality models, ships, and figures that have low quality stands.
Which is really ridiculous because you would think if you're paying money for a very high quality, beautiful figure, it would have a good stand. But it doesn't. That's the biggest warning I have for you guys on the Glitter and Glamours figures is almost all of them have an ugly block like this, and they don't show it on the pictures on the box. Nowhere on the box does it show her having to have a block. Nowhere. There's not even directions for which foot you have to put it on. You just have to guess and see if it fits.
At least it's pretty obvious. I will say, though, that in the positives, I like that she's very tall, very sleek.
She definitely looks like how she does in the show. It looks like you just reached into the TV and took her out, and that makes me so happy. I love it so much.
Yeah, Mako's a lot taller and I would say longer than the other Guardians.
And like more muscular in a lot of ways.
And her arms reach further, so I think they did a really good job. Also, something that you pointed out on a lot of figures, head proportions can ruin a figure.
These are perfectly proportioned in my opinion. They look amazing.
Yeah.
This is what I wanted out of a Sailor Moon figure. This is what I've been waiting my entire life to own, is figures like these. I can't wait to have the entire gang on my shelf. I can't wait to show you guys the entire gang on my shelf. And I am so excited to own these. The paint looks great. I don't see any flaws, like, at all, I don't think, which is really exciting.
And better than your Sailor Moon one you got. Something I noticed about this is that Sailor Moon, the original one we opened, it was more glossy on the boots and more glossy all over, and it seemed like it was easier for the paint to be damaged. This, with its more pastel, would you say it's more matte?
Yeah, this one is a bit more matte. It doesn't have the gloss all over it. And for some reason, my Sailor Moon, I think it was the original, not Eternal, had like a scuff on one of the boots on
because
the
it was
inside.
So shiny and it was so easy to scuff.
But this one doesn't seem like it's nearly as easy to scuff. It's very obvious they've gone up in quality as they've continued to make these figures. I really love this figure. I definitely think it's worth the money. I just am very sad about the block. I think her pose is awesome. I love that she's doing the pose that she does when her moves, which is really, really cool. She has beautiful eyes. The paint job is always well done on these. I could go on and on about how much I love these figures. Speaking of how much I absolutely love Sailor Moon, I did want to talk about how on my website, enchantedglamour.com, I've actually been picking up some damaged manga from various places that otherwise wouldn't be able to be sold, and I have been turning them into art pieces. So I'll find nice pictures, cut them out, and put them into resin, They are awesome. This is of Sailor Moon and Naru at the beach in their bathing suits. It's really cute. This is a really special coaster I made for my husband. It's beautiful on the front and on the back. I am getting better and better with every batch of these that I make, I feel like. They keep getting more and more high quality and are definitely worth the money in my opinion. I really love these resin coasters. I make resin trays. I'm going to be making more jewelry in the future that might be inspired by Sailor Moon. Possibly, allegedly. So you guys should definitely go check out my website, enchantedglamour.com. Make sure you use, in all caps, code SAILOR at checkout for 10% off of your first order. I hope you guys really enjoyed this video as much as I did. I love making things. I love opening things. I'm going to be making a lot more Sailor Moon and other types of videos in the future, so whatever you guys like, I probably will be talking about it. Pokemon, Monster High, Barbie, all of this other stuff that I love. I can't wait for you guys to check it all out. So I'll see you all in the next video. Bye!